Okay, so here we have an Eternal Game versus OF15-15. I'm playing an Aaron Moran Arissana list. They're on MTI, which could be all sorts of scary things. They could be just very fast tempo. They could be doing damagey type stuff. Luckily, we can deal with Excalibur, which is often an MTI include. This feels like a really good opening hand, as much as we don't have, like, having an SMC, having Nuka and two Sure Gambles. I think I'm going to keep it. Our sort of breaker suite is mostly based on Slap Vandals, and we have Hyperdrivers to gain a load of clicks, and we're just going to be trying to win off deep dives, notorieties, and indexings. Okay, we see Estelle Moon very early. Makes sense. Really, really scary. Technically, we should front company. Okay, so they've turned themselves into RH, but with VMT ability, which is a bit terrifying. I could try and challenge this Estelle, and potentially I should. This feels like they're just going to be going very, very fast. We could go run. We could go gamble. We have to run a central first, so no, let's not. Let's just get somewhat set up. Okay, E strike could be huge. Next turn we could go E strike, run the moon, potentially get rid of the front company. I don't think we care about the front company enough to deal with it. Okay. Let's go HQ. We do see an Excalibur. Expected. We'll go here. A very popular Estelle, unsurprising. Think we can afford to set up one more. It's either that or we put down a self-modifying code so that we can get Hyperdrive next turn. That would have probably been the better play here. Because they could just start wheeling stuff out, scoring out with Jeeves, political dealings, which is probably what they're looking to do, and that will turn off our E-strike. Now, luckily, they're planning on stopping us with Excaliburs, and we have Slap Vandals to deal with their Excaliburs. Brain Trust. Getting rid of the... Oh, that was just on the board. Very mean. Very rude. Okay, let's find a hot pursuit. We didn't find a hot pursuit. We'll get down Aramaron. They're looking to score agendas. That means they have agendas. That means that we'll get counters on Aramaron, which is really good. They've got a tech startup. They're probably getting a Jeeves, although then they wouldn't be able to afford... What are they getting with the tech startup? Oh, interesting. Maybe they realized that they didn't have the money to do what they wanted to do. Okay. We'll indexing first. Force them to res their Excalibur, which we can get through. Maybe we draw once, just in case we draw into a Slap Vandal, so that we don't have to use up our SMC. Draw. Joyride is potentially better than the indexing. They may just let us through here, because they are short on money. Okay, thinking. I think we probably do want to deal with this. Now, hopefully they're not on Isabel, which sometimes is seen in these lists. Right, we'd like to draw a Hot Pursuit off this. It's 5 cards we're going to draw. We didn't! Brutal! We see a Wage Workers. So we could check some of these, or we can indexing. Might need to get this clone chip down. It's like not a great start. It looked promising. We have flattened out a little bit. Indexing. Okay, well, we scored 2 agendas off this. What do we not want them to have? What's worse here? Feel like they might have a shuffle on board anyway. If it's Spin Doctor, then that's better for us. If it's because they'll draw them into hand, and then we can run HQ a couple of times. So we'll put the Estelle at the bottom, then the Rashida, then the Wage Workers. Then we'll put the Flower Sermon and Yagyuda. We'll run R&D again. See if they have an action. They don't, so we'll steal 1. We'll go R&D again. Steal another. And then it might just be, do we check these? We could check 1 and then play a creative. If it's exactly like Rashida, we can trash it. She's 0 to res. Okay, so thinking. That's what I'm after. 0 to S, free to trash. So we could trash her if we find her. We do have a clone chip. So I think we're actually alright to just go like SMC. Do we want to draw one card in case we draw into Hot Pursuit? We want to keep this, 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 and this. We want to keep at least 3 cards or play one of them. We can draw one. Okay, deep dive. Kind of fine. So then it's either we install the clone chip or we install, I think we do the SMC. Tricky. We could do one more. Okay, we can throw out these two. Do we throw out the Hush? I think we throw out the Hush. I might regret that. Okay, that gives them the money to do stuff. Oh, there was a Rashida there. Okay, so we know that they're drawing into Rashida. Um, uh, they've just shuffled, and they've got the Isabel Maguire. This is a click ability. That is a shame. Okay, they installed a card. They put back the Moons and a Rashida. They have 1 credit, but they do have enough money to res. They have enough money because of the Mumba Temple. Do we want to pay 3 credits for a hyperdriver at this stage? Hmm. I think we're going to draw one now and see what we get. We get an Eka. Do we want to draw another now? And then decide on what we're doing with our turn. Astrolabe, potentially really good in terms of draw. Okay, I think I'm kind of taking a bit of a weird off turn here. We're going to play a Joyride, expecting them to res an Excalibur, and we're just going to let it fire. This is fine. So we'll let that fire. We will Arissana out and Eka just in case, because we might as well do this on the run. We're gonna let that fire. See a mindscaping. Now we have a slap handle in hand. Our money situation is problematic though. Don't think we're gonna need film critic. We definitely want to put down the astrolabe. I think we probably want to put down the clone chip. And then maybe we just take a credit. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep 1, 2, 3, 4. And the diesel. I'd love to keep the Pikachu. Are the indexings reliable enough anymore? Maybe we just keep one indexing. The Pikachu better. Might not be. I think we just take a credit. Right, we can definitely throw out this. We're going to throw out the Oiler. We'll throw out the Pikachu. Okay, they're going to have money again. The one thing about this deck is it can run a little poor, but it can run on almost no money. We really need to find a hop shoot. If they score out, it means they're not putting the Excalibur back into their hand. Yeah, maybe throwing out the indexings was correct here because they can shuffle with moons. Astrolabe doing good work here. Okay, and they did return the Excalibur. So find me a hop shoot, please. There is one. I could have played the strike, but I don't think I should. Because I can always break this. I guess I didn't need to break this. Wait. I may not actually break this. Do you mind thinking? Because are we actually going to make another run this turn? I don't think we are. We haven't really got the clicks or the ability to do so. What we probably will do is install the political operative. To destroy the moons. Excellent. We even steal an agenda, which means we can clear the tag. Um, and then last click, we're going to put down this hyperdriver, which means that we have to trash the SMC, which is fine because all it was really going to do would be to get us another hyperdriver. And then we'll throw out these two. Oh, and we'll at the end. Oh, no. Okay, so hopefully we can lock things up next turn with indexing. Like we'll make an out of the ashes run. We'll indexing. We'll run HQ, and then we'll deep dive. Money, I guess, could be problematic. Wow, if they'd been able to score the Philotic here, that would have been very rude. Seems like a good score for this deck. I just ideally, again, I want to draw into a hot pursuit here just to make sure I've got enough money. I don't need much. I need like 1, 2 credits plus 4. I technically only need 4 credits here. Yes, we'll run archives. Is there any chance they're on like... Oh, that's a reason to not run archives. Because of front company. I will never ever be able to remember that bit of text on front company. Every time. It takes me by surprise. Yeah, so this does 2 damage because we're running on archives, which means that I should have dealt with it previously. So we've got Excalibur. We will do the one from our hand. CSCBS. We will. I think we don't do this out of the ashes. I'm gonna not, just because I'm gonna have enough clicks anyway. Oh yeah, and they are wrong. Clones are not people, which is really like they can win very quickly out of nowhere. Okay, there are agendas. Now the question is, like, we could definitely get them if we deep dive. Is the funny thing. If we run back, let's just run back. Oh, come on, let's not be silly about this. They probably have a Jackson on board by now. They don't. And into Excalibur slaps. Literally. Wanna make the other side. Yeah, Arissana doing Arissana things. Um, she's particularly good into MTI, which is something that I really, I really like. Because they think they've got you, and then you're like, nah, you haven't got me. I've got you, really. Okay, far less tested Corp deck to try. This is an R plus deck with Drago and Dedication Ceremony. Kind of looking for a kill. Technically, I have Shipment from Vladisburgs, so I could score out. We have a tiny bit of tech in terms of, well, we've got great tech against the icebreakers of the format, which are a lot of AIs, which IP block and VSA deal with really well. We've got an MCA informant in case they're on Aramaron, who is I guess, still a problem. Um, yeah, still a problem, although we don't have that many agendas. We're just on 6 agendas, so Aaron's like a bit less of an issue. Um, but yeah, I've like tested this about once, and it seemed okay. I had a very, very silly first turn where I just put out a Drago and double dedication ceremonied it and gave Hill 6 tags. Um, it wasn't particularly great. Tau is interesting. Tau. Uh, Tau even. Very, very interesting. Sure. Uh, I'm not sure if it was meant to be Tau. We'll find out. I'm like super excited if it is. I have made at least one Eternal Tau deck. Unfortunately, we're on actual ice. Like, and okay, Max, that makes more sense. Oh, I was excited by the Tau. I think we probably mulligan this. Okay, Starlit Night early is not great. Got a Drago. We've got our one Oppo. Actually, kind of nice. I think we play a little bit hesitant to start with. We'll gain 3. Should use that to draw. Um, But just in case, okay, they're on crowdfunding, so that means they're not on Siphon. Or means they have no, you couldn't be on Siphon unless you wouldn't have the influence. Okay, they're definitely not on Siphon. So they're looking to run a lot. They're on 0, so we're expecting them to be on Clan Vengeance. We might ice up Archives in this game if we find like a VSA or something. We've drawn a Boom, which is not great. I think we can put out the Spin Doctor. Draw 2. And do we ice up the Spin Doctor? Maybe with the News Hound. We ice up a new server. Or we draw 2 more cards, but I want most of these cards. So I think I'm going to ice up a new server. If they run and trash the Spin Doctor, sorry, the Jackson, then we could op over them, which is actually pretty good for us. Because they don't have a ton of money yet. This on the inside is only great if we can draw a scarcity of resources. They play Frantic Coding. They find their Paperclip, which is a shame in terms of dealing with our IP blocks. They are on Faust though. They chose not to install the Faust, so they are fully aware that we're going to be on IP block, we're going to be on VSA. Faust is one of the breakers, which I'm really like trying to try to deal with. They run and trash for Jackson, I think is fine. Okay, so I think we go like Drago in the remote. Do we need to advance it once to get like the dedication ceremony next turn? Drago in the remote. I think I'm going to not advance it once. I'll just take a credit, play an Oppo, gain 2. So they could clear the tags. It'll be most of their money to do so. If they don't clear the tags or they stay with 1 tag, then we potentially win next turn. This news hound feels pretty okay. I'd actually like a current to be played. Obviously, I wouldn't like, I guess, all of the Anarch currents if they're on any of the strong ones, and they probably are. They're on Apocalypse, or at least an Apocalypse. Oh, they're floating tags. Gonna be a quick one. Boom. You float 1, you're still in danger. Oh, oh, rough. Uh, yeah, 5 cards and some steel skins. I'm probably safe, right? Um, yeah. OF15 just mentioning that they kind of forgot that Boom existed, which is, you know, like you kind of push it out of your mind now because it's an old card. Um, but yeah. What else did they lose? I like this. Oh, they were on Keyhole. Yeah, we're a bit scared of Keyhole. They don't have a way of dealing with this yet, and they lost all their labor rights. I assume there's maybe some other recursion, but I'm not sure. They were on Rumor Mill. Rumor Mill Rexes. Um, because we are. This is unique. I have realised that I'm very weak to Rumor Mill. Yeah, I wish. Thank you. Cool. Fun games, short ones. Good showing of what Arissana can do. Um, Ciao for now. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you again for another video.